Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Kristen Brumley and today I am going to be making homemade ice cream. I love ice cream, especially Jenny's. Jenny's is an ice cream shop back home that I miss dearly. So one of my very good friends got me a recipe book from Jenny's that has a lot of their recipes for their most delicious ice creams. Thanks, Maddie. In the end, I went with the black walnut divinity ice cream, and I had all the ingredients already on my shelf.
You are going to need 1 cup of black walnuts, 2 cups of whole milk, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of cornstarch or tapioca starch, 1.5 ounces or 3 tablespoons of cream cheese softened, 1/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt, 1 1/4 cup of heavy cream, 2/3 cup sugar, and 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. To start off, you're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you're going to spread the walnuts out in 1 layer on a baking sheet. You're going to toast it in the oven until just starting to brown, about 10 minutes, and then you're going to remove it from the oven. Grind a 1/2 cup of the warm walnuts in the food processor until they become a smooth paste. Reserve the remaining walnuts. Mix about 2 tablespoons of the milk with the cornstarch in a small bowl to make a smooth slurry. Not really sure what a slurry is, but this is what I've got. You're gonna whisk the cream cheese, black walnut paste, and salt in a medium bowl until it's smooth, and then fill a large bowl with ice and water. I used my Doctor Who ice cube tray to fill up this iced bowl, which I'm just putting off to the side. Next, you're going to combine the remaining milk, the cream, sugar, and corn syrup in about a 4-quart saucepan. I only had this giant pot thing in my kitchen, so that's what I used. Then you're going to bring it all to a rolling boil over medium-high heat, and you're going to boil it for 4 minutes. It's really important that you don't boil it for any longer, so make sure that you set a timer. Remove from the heat and gradually whisk in the cornstarch slurry. Bring the mixture back to a boil over medium-high heat and then cook it, stirring with a heat-proof spatula, which mine wasn't, and I totally bent the spatula. It's pretty ruined and at a weird angle, but you know, hey, do what the instructions say, I guess. And then you're gonna do that until it's slightly thickened for about a minute, and then you're gonna remove it from the heat. Gradually whisk the hot milk mixture into the cream cheese mixture until smooth. Since I used unhomogenized milk and cream, I then had to put it into a food processor for 2 minutes, and I had to do that in several batches, so I got through a lot of my wine. Then pour the mixture into a 1-gallon Ziploc freezer bag and submerge the sealed bag in your ice bath. You're going to let that stand, adding more ice as necessary from your Doctor Who ice tray for about 30 minutes. If you used unhomogenized milk and cream, you're going to put it back in the food processor for another 2 minutes. Okay. Then pour the ice cream base into the frozen canister and spin until thick and creamy, which should take about 30 minutes. I used a ice cream maker attachment for my KitchenAid. Basically, I just stuck it into the freezer for 15 hours before this whole process, and it worked pretty well. After the ice cream starts to pool from the sides of the canister, and it's got that thick and creamy sort of consistency, you're gonna pack that ice cream into a storage container, folding in the remaining black walnuts as you go. You're gonna press a sheet of parchment paper directly against the surface and then seal it with an airtight lid. Freeze in the coldest part of your freezer until firm, at least 4 hours. I basically left mine in all night. Let's see. That looks pretty awesome. It's not quite as creamy, maybe, as I was expecting. Looks a little bit more like a milkshake kind of consistency. That is some good ice cream. That's got a rich flavor. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.